get YouTube up, and then we are going to get going. Okay, I'm just waiting for the video on YouTube. And if you're on TikTok or if you're on YouTube and you want to see this beautiful presentation that I have prepared, you would have to join Balanced Millennial on the Balanced Millennial group on Facebook, and you'll be able to see the presentation. Oh, crazy me, my camera's off. All right. Okay, so now we are in there. All right, let's get started. Again, if you want to see the presentation, you'll have to join the Balanced Millennial Facebook group. I get notifications, so I will see when you join, and I'll be able to add you in because it is a private Facebook group. All right, so today we are going to talk about harmony within, a heart-centered journey to manifestation mastery, because we are about to go into the energetic new year, and you need to be prepared to manifest. And you cannot manifest in this energetic new year if your heart center is not balanced. And so again, this whole quarter, so for January, February, and March, we've been talking about a reset. And we've been talking about how to get your body ready and prepared to set goals and to achieve these goals. And now it's almost time, y'all. We got one more month of resetting. And so my February reset focus was the heart center. It was the heart chakra. And it's very, very important for you to have this heart chakra balance. And we are going to talk about why. Again, I have a presentation up right now on my Facebook group. So if you want to see the beautiful presentation that I have prepared, go join the Facebook group, The Balanced Millennial, and I will add you to the group. And then for TikTok, let me just give y'all a quick little view of what the presentation looks like. Here, hope y'all can. I do my thing with these presentations. I used to teach, so it's nothing for me to put a presentation together. As y'all can see, I used to teach. I'm in my son's room, and he has all the teacher things that was in my classroom up here. So let's go ahead and get started. I am Key, the Conscious Living Coach, and I help guide millennials out of survival mode and into a more balanced lifestyle. We are going to talk about today harmony within, a heart-centered journey to manifestation mastery, because again, the energetic new year is coming up, and you need to know how to manifest. You need to know what you need to do in order to actually attract the things that you say that you want. So let's get into it. So can we get a testimony? I like to start with a testimony because I love to make sure people know that I do this. So one of my first testimonies, I had a client. She said, "I'm proud of myself for sticking to my plan. I feel so accomplished and responsible. I know the universe is going to respond in a beautiful way." Because when you're working with me, we create a plan. We create a plan that is realistic. We create a plan that actually aligns with your core values. And we create a plan that actually aligns with the lifestyle that you want to create. And when I'm a big avid believer in, you have to do the work first. Faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you're not going to take that step and show the universe that you want what you're saying you're asking for, it's going to be harder to get it. So another testimony, I appreciate you so much for always being patient and supportive. Having a life coach was one of the best investments I've made this year. Thank you for helping me find the keys to my goal. Because a lot of times people are literally just missing the key to the goal. Like, that's why I call myself Key to Your Goals. I haven't been going by that name lately because rebranding, but I am still Key to Your Goals, because a lot of people are missing that. A lot of people are missing the steps. A lot of people are missing the process. A lot of people are missing the guidance. A lot of people are missing the expertise to actually create a reasonable, actionable goal that you can actually achieve. So very thankful for that. And I'm super excited. So let's continue on. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to start with our intention. I'm really big on setting intention. Set an intention before you do anything, so that way you have a clear understanding of what you want the outcome to be. We're going to set an intention. We're going to talk about manifestation. We're going to talk about the heart chakra. We're going to talk about common challenges. We're going to talk about heart chakra activation, and we're going to talk about manifestation techniques. And then I'm going to drop a little moment at the end just for some Q&A. And again, if y'all want to see these beautiful slides, make sure you join the Balanced Millennial on Facebook. So intention, why are we here? Why am I doing this training? What is the point? So first off, You need to enhance your understanding of how powerful a balanced heart space is when manifesting new goals and reality. So that is why we're here. That's why we're here. I want you to understand how powerful the heart chakra is, because a lot of people are overlooking the heart space when they're doing work. They're overlooking that balance in the center, because again, the heart space is your center. We want to do a step-by-step guidance on heart chakra activation through meditation and heart opening exercises. So I'm going to give you some different ways to activate and open your heart chakra. And so I want you to also learn how to overcome common challenges and maintaining heart chakra balance. It's very hard, especially we live in a world where there's so much bad news being thrown at us every day, all day long. It can be very, very hard to keep a balanced heart chakra. So we're going to talk about how to overcome those challenges. And also, if you're enjoying this live, please share it to anyone that you know needs this. Again, we're talking about heart chakras and how it relates to manifestation. So what is manifestation? What is manifestation? So manifestation is the art of turning dreams, beliefs, and goals into reality through focused intention and aligned action. Focused intention and aligned action. I just talked about this, right? Where you have to set an intention for everything that you do, so that way you know exactly what outcome you actually want in your life. And then you need to align your actions with that intention. Let's say you're trying to manifest a new job, right? You can manifest a new job all day long, but are you applying? Are you entering the rooms and spaces needed in order for you to get a new job? Are you taking the steps day by day? Are you investing in someone to help you with your resume? Are you investing in the time uh, to practice interview questions? I know when I got the job that I have now, because I work a 9 to 5. When I got the job that I have now, I literally hit up my friend like, "Hey, I need you to help me practice this interview," because I didn't want the interview to be the first time I'm answering the interview questions, because I wanted the job. So you have to be very, very intentional about your actions and intentional about your thoughts and what you're manifesting. So what is a heart chakra? So a heart chakra is known as Anahata in Sanskrit. It's the fourth energy center in your body, and it is the center energy center in your body. And it's why I emphasize the balance of this chakra so much, because it's in your center. Even when we're talking about balance, people think balance is like this perfect, even notion, where balance is not about a perfect, even notion. It's about making sure that whatever's in the center, whatever is holding up whatever the foundation is, that's balanced. Because once the foundation is balanced, once the center is balanced, you can put a lot of weight on each side and it'll still hold up and it'll still hold strong. So this energetic center is represented by the color green, and it impacts the emotional and physical realms that govern the heart, lungs, and circulatory system. So it's really, really big when you are working on your heart chakra to eat green foods, drink green smoothies, eat more green foods, wear more green things. I have an adventuring, yes, gemstone on, which is for the heart chakra. So wear green things. I have my head wrapped in white right now because for protection of my crown right now. But you can wrap your head in green. You can wear green clothes. You can do things in green. Do some coloring in green. Go outside in the grass. Go touch grass. I say touch grass a lot. Go touch grass. So there are a lot of things that you can do. Just based on the fact that the chakra is the color for the chakra is green. So the heart chakra also represents love, compassion, and interconnectedness. It serves as a bridge between your lower and upper chakras, and that's what we were just talking about. That's why I am so big on focusing on making sure the heart chakra is balanced, because it's your center. It is your center. It is right in between your other chakras. It sits right in between your other chakras, your lower chakras, like your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your upper chakras, like your throat, your third eye, and your crown. So, what are some common challenges? Some common challenges with a heart chakra is that you have unresolved emotions such as past hurts or unexpressed feelings, and this can create barriers. So, when you have unresolved emotions, like let's say you're mad at your partner about something, you've been mad at your partner about, I don't know, maybe they missed the anniversary. You've been mad at your partner about missing this anniversary for 3 weeks now, and they don't even know. They still to this day don't know they missed the anniversary. They still to this day do not know that you're mad about the anniversary. They just know that you're mad and you are giving them the cold shoulder. That can create barriers in your life because that anger doesn't just stay with your partner. Now you're mad at work. Now you're mad with the kids. Now you're mad in traffic. Like that creates so many barriers when you have these unresolved emotions and things that you're just holding on to. So another common challenge is lack of self-care and self-love. This weakens the heart chakra and it makes it difficult to manifest from a place of genuine desire. So when you're not taking care of yourself, when you're always putting everybody in front of you, and then I think I'm going to add that too as a common challenge is that a lot of people think that people pleasing or making sure that everyone else around them is good is going to help them with their heart chakra, and it's not. It's not. The heart chakra needs a little bit of selfishness in order to be balanced. Or a lot of selfishness. Some of y'all give too much, so you need a lot more selfish. Some of y'all don't give enough, so you need to be less selfish. But yeah, if you are not, or you're not practicing self-care and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not strengthening the love that you have for yourself, it's going to weaken your heart chakra because you're going to be making decisions and you're going to be choosing things that aren't really part of your heart's desire. You think it is. You think it's part of your heart's desire, but when you're disconnected from that chakra, it's probably not. Another challenge is that if you have weak boundaries in your personal and professional life, this is going to disrupt the balance needed. So if you're constantly saying yes when you should be saying no, if you are always taking in someone else's drama, like as soon as your friend calls you or as soon as they send you a text message and there's some drama, you're like right there on it. If you are not speaking up for yourself, if you're not telling someone that something they said or something they did made you uncomfortable or hurt your feelings, if you're not creating that space in your life where it's like people understand they can't play with you like that. Like people need to be able to understand that they just can't come in your life and do whatever they want to do. There needs to be boundaries in your personal life and your professional life. There needs to be boundaries at work. You need to be able to tell someone that oh, okay, I can't take on that task right now, but maybe I can help you later. Or I don't have the answer for that right now, but I can direct you to someone who is. You don't have to solve everyone's problem. You need to be creating boundaries in your personal and professional life. Don't pick up the phone every time your homegirl calls you knowing that she only want to talk about some man that's doing her wrong, that's been doing her wrong for 3 years. Don't pick up the phone no more. Let her handle that herself. Don't keep letting the kids talk to you crazy. Don't keep letting people talk to you however they want to talk to you. Set boundaries in your personal life. Tell people what makes you uncomfortable. Tell people what makes you get on the defense, what makes you on edge. And don't spend a lot of time walking on eggshells around people or making people walk on eggshells around you. And I think the other side of this too is that when someone else expresses their boundaries to you, respect them. Respect them, respect their boundaries, respect the fact that they have the ability to say no to you too. They have the ability to not give you an answer or solution. They have the ability to put your problem back on you because it is your problem and not theirs. So that goes both ways. Also make sure you're respecting and accepting other people's boundaries as well. So again, the common challenges that we talked about: unresolved emotions, face that shit. Look in the mirror, face that shit. Lack of self-care and self-love. Make sure that you are pouring into yourself before you pour into others. And then weak boundaries. So make sure that you're creating boundaries for yourself and standing on them. And then make sure you're respecting other people's boundaries as well. All right, so how can you overcome these challenges? Because I would not be the key to your goals if I just gave y'all a whole bunch of problems and didn't tell you what to do. So how can you overcome these challenges? So you need to take your power back. You need to take your power back. There are times where I am sitting in the car and I will say out loud, I send this energy, I return this energy back to sender. I call my power back. I return this energy back to sender. I call my power back. Because there are times where you have given up your power, you have given up your happiness, your joy, and you believe that it's someone else's priority to make you happy and to bring joy into your life, and that's never the case. You should never be looking for someone to amplify positive things in your life. It should always be an addition. Your happiness and your joy is always, always your responsibility every single time. So that way, anything someone else brings into your life is just an addition. Y'all saw that 50 story, that 50 story, viral story situation going on, the who did I marry thing going on. That is a perfect example of someone whose heart chakra is not balanced and someone who is looking for someone else to come in and bring joy and bring happiness into their life. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take your power back. Take your power back and accept that it's your responsibility. It's not someone else's responsibility to make sure that you feel good, to make sure you're taking care of yourself, to make sure that you are hitting your goals. I know there have been times I've had a client where they were having like relationship problems solely because her partner was always like, "Oh, you don't do enough of this and you don't do enough of that." And it's like, these are your goals, not mine. Like, yeah, we're in a partnership and yeah, I want to support you, but they're your goals. I'm not going to make sure that you're trying to reach your goals every single day because you're an adult and it's your power being used. It's your energy being used. So you have to tap into that for yourself and you have to do that work yourself. So take your power back. Don't rely on someone else to make things happen for you because it's your responsibility. Next, you got to take the leap. You got to take the leap. So when something scares you, you need to do it anyway. You have to take the leap. When you're trying to balance your heart chakra, you're going to be overcoming a lot of fears because first off, as an African American, we have a lot of ingrained fears from generations before us. Naturally, we've inherited these fears. We've inherited some of these challenges. So it's like it's going to be a lot of things that you have to just do that no one else around you has ever done. You have to just do it. That's like even in my family, right? I took a solo birthday trip. I went to Vegas by myself and saw Usher. Oh, okay. Anyways, I went to Vegas for my birthday, saw Usher. Excuse me. Saw Usher, and I did a solo trip. Went by myself. Nobody was with me. Had an amazing time. But now that was something that nobody in my family had done. Nobody around me, none of my friends, like nobody was taking solo trips. I didn't know anybody personally that was taking solo trips, but I did it. I took the leap. I took the solo trip. And people were like, "Oh, you're not scared to travel by yourself? You're not worried about what could happen?" Of course, I'm a Black woman in America. Of course, I'm scared to travel alone. But that's not going to stop me. So it's like what you have to realize is that when something scares you, that's when you know that you need to be doing it. Yes, right. Jelly Belly. I like that name. But that's how you know that you need to do it because it scares you. But me doing that, me taking that leap. Now my mom has solo traveled, my aunt has solo traveled. Like people will ask me like questions about solo traveling. So it's like you have to take the leap because you don't know how you don't understand how once you do something that nobody else around you is doing, how willing other people are now going to be able to do it. And now you just became an influencer. So take the leap. Take the leap. If it scares you, do it anyway. If it scares you to send that message or call that person up and express yourself, do it anyway. Stop focusing on the outcome. A lot of times people don't take the leaps when it comes to their heart space because they're so focused and scared on the outcome. Oh, what is she going to think if I tell her how I feel about her? Oh, what if she doesn't respond the way that I want? That don't have nothing to do with you, and that's not part of your power. So you have to let that go. You have to let go of this fear that if you take the leap, something bad is going to happen. Something bad could happen if you don't take the leap. Something bad could happen if you do take the leap. But what's going to happen regardless is that when you take that leap, you're going to learn something and you're going to learn something that you can apply moving forward. Like when I solo traveled, I learned that I loved it. Had I not taken that solo trip by myself, had I not had that experience by myself, had I not pushed myself, I would still be waiting on a man to go travel with me. I would still be waiting on friends to go travel with me. I would still be waiting on family to go travel with me. Or it's like now, if I want to go travel, I've solidified that courage within myself to do it. And I had a great time. I didn't have a bad experience. Again, I'm all about manifesting like protection and manifesting that the people around me are going to take care of me. And they did. Y'all, my driver, because I'm very bougie. I'm very country bougie. So y'all, when I tell you, like, my flight and everything came with a drive. Like, I got a driver. My driver picked me up from the airport. My driver was already scheduled to take me back to the airport, but she was so nice, and she was just so nice and friendly. When I tell y'all, she took me to the dispensary when I got there. Like, she was like, you know, why are you here? Why are you traveling? And of course, I'm solo traveling, so I'm only going to say so much. But, you know, I let her know it's my birthday. I'm here to go see Usher and all of that. Y'all, that woman took me to the dispensary when I got there. She's like, "Want to go to the liquor store?" I was like, "Nah, but I do want to get some." Yeah. So she took me to the dispensary, and she took me to the Usher concert. She was like, "You know, what time is the concert?" Yada yada yada. And I told her what time the concert was. She was okay. You know, no problem. Just text me. Text me at, I think she told me like a couple hours before the concert, just to like let her know again. And she literally came and picked me up to take me to the Usher concert, and she took me back to the airport. So I was like, I was comfortable. I was safe. I didn't have like a fear that somebody was going to snatch me up and traffic me or anything like that, because I had already set the intention. I had already set the intention that I was going to be safe, that I was going to be protected, that the people around me were going to make sure I was okay. And these are strangers. I don't know any of these people, but I didn't have any issues. I didn't run into any, it was weird. Vegas is weird. So there's that. But I didn't have any issues. So I took the leap. So it's like, you have to start taking the leap. You have to start doing things out of your norm, doing things out of the norm of those around you. So yeah, if it scares you, do it. So another thing, you need to let that shit go. You need to let that shit go. So you need to get rid of the victim mindset and mentality. You are not a victim in these situations. You are an adult, and you are an active participant in the things that occur in your life. And the more that you take control over the things that occur in your life, the more that you accept that you are not a victim, but you are a participant, you'll take your power back. That's part of taking your power back that I talked about before too, because you have to let stuff go. You have to stop saying, "Oh, this man cheated on me. All men are cheaters, and I can't believe he did this," and da da da. And where it's really like, the signs was there, Miss Who Did I Marry? The signs was there, and you chose to ignore them. Clay. Clay on Love is Blind. These signs are there. So even if, I don't know how this ends yet, like, I'm caught up, but I don't, they broke the season up, so I don't know how it ends. But Clay is giving her the signs that he's gonna cheat. He's letting her know he's gonna cheat. So when he cheats, it's gonna be hard for her to say that she's a victim, or say that like, be surprised by this action, because he has already told her what he's about. He's already expressed to her what he's about. He's already said what it is. So when he cheats, because he's going to cheat, when he cheats, she's gonna have to let that shit go. And him, hopefully. Because it's going to happen. It's not his heart space is so blocked. Even when I was watching it, I was like, his heart space is so blocked, because he's good in the area. Like, I feel like Love is Blind helped him open up his heart space. I feel like it's opening, because he was able to cry. He was able to express himself to men. That's really important with Black men. I feel like that's a really good sign of an open heart chakra with Black men, is when they can express themselves to Black men. Because I feel like Black men express themselves to Black women all the time. We're always hearing about their experiences and what they've had to go through. They're always comfortable sharing those things with us, but a lot of times they're not comfortable sharing that with other Black men. So I definitely feel like Clay, the show has helped Clay in that way, but he still has a lot of blockages, because although he knows these things about himself, he's still on the defense. Like, I know I just watched the episode where they're at lunch with his family, and he's still on the defense. Like, it's not there's no understanding and compassion and grace that he's giving to her, or that he's offering to her when she's expressing herself. And that's a sign of a blocked heart chakra, because he's not letting that go. He's already a victim right now. And what's going to happen is, and this is just a prediction, and this is a channel prediction, because this just came to me. But what's going to happen is, he's going to blame her demands, and he's going to blame her the fact that she desires to spend more time with him for a reason that he cheats. He's a victim. He's going to be a victim every time. It's going to be the woman's fault every time. It's going to be someone else's fault why he cheats every single time. It's going to be because his dad was a cheater. It's going to be because every man around him cheats. It's going to be because of the celebrity men that he looks up to cheats. He's going to continue to be a victim, and he's going to continue to have a blocked heart chakra simply because of that. So you got to let that shit go. You got to get rid of the victim mindset and mentality. You got to get rid of this idea that it's always someone else's it's always someone else's choices or someone else's problem is the reason why you're having a problem. No, that's not the case. It's you. You got to let shit go. You got to stop being mad about things that you're going to continue to accept. Because if you are going to be in a relationship with a cheater and you're going to accept a cheater, why would you get mad every time they cheat? Set that agreement up, wear protection, keep it moving. Like, and that's just being real. Like, you gotta let that shit go. If you're gonna be at work and your boss, you're gonna let your boss talk to you however you want for that paycheck, you gotta let that shit go. There's no point in being mad about that every day. Like, let it go, move on. Learn how to block energy. Like, whatever you're gonna accept into your life, you're gonna accept into your life, and it's gonna be your choice. It's never gonna be the other person. It's never gonna be your partner's fault for the reason why you're with a liar. It's never going to be your parents' fault for the reason why you are choosing friendships and relationships with people that can't be trusted. It's never going to be anyone else's fault for what you accept in your life, except you. And that's just real deal. You got to let that shit go. Let the victim mentality go. So that's where we teach. Yep. And you do. You teach people how to treat you. You teach people I'm going to talk about that later on too. But you teach people how to treat you. So if you have a victim mindset, if you have a victim mentality, that's how people are going to treat you, like a victim. They're going to keep putting you in situations where you're a victim. And they're not going to give a fuck. So let that shit go. Let it go. So the last one, you need to show up for real. You need to show up for real. So you need to glamorize showing up as your best self over your perfect self day to day. You need to glamorize showing up as your best self over your perfect self. Because if you're trying to show up as your perfect self every single day, it's a facade, it's a mask, it's fake. It's not authentic. It's not your real self. It's not the person you're going to be able to show up as most days. When you're having a day where it's like, damn, this was perfect, you realize that's like one day out the month where you have like a genuinely perfect day, like a day where the kids are not getting on your goddamn nerves, a day where there's no traffic, a day where everyone's just nice and kind, a day where nothing cost you a thing, like a day where you're just calm, relaxed, peaceful all day long. Absolutely nothing went wrong. There was no challenges. That's like one day out the month. And sometimes you have to plan it like that. But if you're showing up as your best self every day, even though there is traffic, you know that you're just gonna put on a ebook, listen to the ebook, and get through traffic. You know that you can put on whatever music you're listening to. I'm really on that Get 'em Glow. I love me some Glorilla. So you can put on whatever music you're listening to. Oh, and Boosie's album. I'm gonna do a video about that because I have a few artists that I feel like would put me on a cancel list, and Boosie went on. I've always been a Boosie fan. Anyways. So yeah, you need to glamorize showing up as your best self over your perfect self every day. Because when you show up as your best self, you're saying that I have the energy to address like the challenges that I'm going to face today with positive energy. So that's showing up as your best self. I have the energy today to address any challenges with positive energy. I have the energy today to do a little bit more than I was able to do yesterday. That's showing up as your best self. Because when you're showing up as your best self, you're just comparing yourself to how you were before. Whereas a lot of times, if you're trying to show up as your perfect self, that's a comparison to somebody else. That's a comparison to somebody's life you've seen on social media. That's a comparison to someone, a close friend who's live, who you like maybe hang out with. But when you're showing up as your best self, you get to show up as your authentic self. You get to take the mask off. You get to tell people no. When you're showing up as your best self, you get to tell people no. Whereas if you're showing up as your perfect self, you're going to people please. You're either going to people please or you're going to be an asshole. There's no in between. When you're showing up as your perfect self, there's no in between. I know you're wondering like, oh, if it's a perfect self, how are they being an asshole? Because that's their perfect self. Like, their perfect self is someone who never says yes to anybody, who never does anything for anybody. They're all about self. They're all about, making sure that they're good, they're straight, and that's it. That's it. Whereas like, if you're showing up as your best self, there's an understanding that there are times where you have to say no, you have to put your foot down, you have to be more assertive. And then there are going to be times where it's like, no, this is someone I care about. I need to show up for them. This is someone that I respect and I value. I need to show up for them. So again, glamorize showing up as your best self over your perfect self day to day, because that is your authentic self. Your perfect self is not your authentic self. Your perfect self is a mask. Your perfect self is a mask. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Nadine. Yep. So your perfect self is a mask. Show up as your best self. So again, who your best self is, that is going to require some work from you in order to figure out what that looks like. Because a lot of y'all are showing up every day as your perfect self, and then by the time you get home, you're so tired, you're not pouring into yourself for real at all. So by the time you get home, you done said yes or done did so much other stuff that you didn't even want to do today, but you just felt like you had to. That when you get home, all you want to do is lay on the couch and watch TV. Whereas, like, really, when you get home, you should be reading something. When you get home, you should be organizing something. When you get home, you should be, like, actually relaxing, but not trying to overcome burnout. And I talk about this a lot, too. Once you're already burned out, that's too late. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself day in and day out to the point where you avoid burnout altogether. I know even for me, that's been, like, a big thing in my business, because I've had this business for 3 years now. And the first 2 years were hard as hell, because I kept burning out, because I was doing all the things the gurus were telling me to do. But what the gurus do doesn't align with who I am, doesn't align with my business model, doesn't align with my human design. And so I had to start using my own human design. Excuse me. I had to start using my own human design to see how I can show up in my business in a way that didn't burn me out. Because if it burns you out, you're not going to enjoy it. It just is what it is. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love guiding people. I love coaching people. But if I'm constantly burning out, it's hard for me to love it. So I had to do what I had to do to make sure that I'm showing up as my best self in my business every day, instead of trying to show up as my perfect self. So again, just to recap, how to overcome these challenges: you need to take your power back. You need to take the leap. You need to let shit go. And you need to show up for real. Now, how can you activate your heart chakra? How can you activate your heart chakra? Let me exit out Facebook. Okay. How can you activate your heart chakra? So, breath work, affirmations, visualization, compassion, and yoga. Actually, I don't have. Hold on. Okay, I thought I was doing this presentation from the living room. I had to go get my book. All right. So again, how can you activate your heart chakra? You can activate your heart chakra doing breath work. You can activate your heart chakra doing affirmations, visualization, compassion, yoga. All right. So for my friends that are not in the Facebook group, I'm going to show you this. So breath work, alternate nostril breathing, alternate nostril breathing. So breathing is an automatic process. Many of us never even think about breathing. Like, many of us are never pausing and thinking to ourselves, like, let me focus on my breathing. So the alternate nostril breathing technique helps you concentrate on breathing, so you can come back to and stay in the present. So this is great for heart chakra activation, because you need to relax your body and mind and feel what your heart space really needs. So I want to show you what that looks like, what alternate nostril breathing looks like. Sorry, this is... Okay. So we are going to close one nostril and so you can do this anytime you feel like you need to come back to center, anytime you feel like you need to pause, you need to be present, you need to come back, and you need to really know what your heart space is wanting, what your heart space is desiring. Alternate nostril breathing is also really good anytime you're feeling anxious. So let's say you have to have a hard conversation with somebody and it's like driving you crazy. You're feeling anxious, you're feeling nervous. Try alternate nostril breathing, and that will help you come back to the present and like relieve yourself of that anxiety so you can push through to do what you need to do. So I think this is a really good technique for taking the leap. One of the challenges how to overcome this challenge. So taking the leap, because it's scary to take the leap. It's always scary to take the leap. It's never not going to be scary to take the leap. Like people take the leap scared every single day. But you have to have the tools and the techniques necessary so that way you can get over whatever that hurdle is so you can take the leap. So I definitely would recommend alternate nostril breathing in that case. So that way you can just calm your body and just do it. Because if you do it, a lot of times if you do it in anxious mode, you may not even necessarily get the full benefit of taking the leap because you were so anxious while taking the leap. Whereas if you go ahead and practice that alternate nostril breathing before you take the leap, calm your body down, and then take the leap, it'll feel better in your body. It'll feel better in your spirit. It'll feel better in your energy. Next up, we have affirmations. Affirmations. I am really, really big on writing affirmations on a sticky note and putting it on a mirror. So you want to put it wherever you know that you're going to be seeing that wherever you're going to be looking. So bathroom mirror is one of them. Write affirmations on a sticky note and put it on a bathroom mirror. Put them on the mirror in your bedroom. Put them on the kitchen, on the refrigerator in the kitchen. Put them on the microwave. Put them in places where you're going to see them regardless. Because what's going to happen is that every time you see it, you can repeat the affirmation, whether it's in your mind or whether it is out loud. Over time, that affirmation is going to become part of your brain psyche, and it'll turn into a belief. It'll become a belief system because you're looking at it so often, you're saying it so often, it's going to turn into a belief for you. And that is the goal. You want that affirmation to become a belief system. One of my affirmations is that people are kind to me. Y'all, I get stuff paid for all the time. I barely touch a door when I go places. Hey, Erica, I barely touch a door when I go places. And it's not even just like men open the door to like try to talk to me or anything like that. It's like men and women will hold doors for me. And I also do the same thing. Like if I'm coming out of the door and someone's coming in, I'm going to hold the door open for them, like regardless. So it's like, that's just energy coming back to me. So with that being one of my affirmations and with that being one of the things that I was like very, very big on in my life was like making sure that even strangers are nice to me. Even strangers are kind to me. Even people who have no idea who I am will be willing to help me. And that happens to me all the time. Like I said, I get things paid for all the time. And again, not even like, oh, someone's trying to talk to me or anything like that, but just like people being kind. So whatever negative affirmations you have, let's go talk about that a little bit. Whatever negative affirmations you have, write a positive one for it. And make sure that you're writing that positive affirmation on a sticky note and putting it whatever is best for you. I know Erica said she puts them on the back of a door. That works too. If you know, if your door doesn't have anything on it, and you know that you're one of those people that's like closed door policy, you don't like your bedroom door being open or your bathroom door being open, and while you're in that room, you have like a view of the door, do it. So write your affirmations on sticky notes. I actually have affirmations on the wall here in my son's room. And I've had these affirmations for years. So even when we were in my apartment, I had them on the bathroom mirror. And it was so cool. Like anytime I had company over, and you'll notice this too, that this is why I like the bathroom mirror the most. Because what you'll notice is that when people come over, they'll see the affirmations on your mirror and they'll love it. Like I remember I had a guy come over to fix my tub one time. And he was like, do you always do this? And I'm like, what? Because they had been on the mirror so long that I don't think about it no more. It's no longer a conscious process for me. Now it's a process of like, I see it, I read it, it's in me. Like I've embedded it in me. And so when he saw it, he was like, can I take a picture of this? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Take a picture. You can take one. And so I'm like that too. Like if somebody comes over and they see an affirmation that they want, I have no problem with them taking the affirmation because most likely I've already ingrained that affirmation into my body. And so I may not even need it anymore. So it's like, for me, that's like, that's like a positive energetic exchange, because that affirmation that I wrote on the affirmation that I put on my mirror, I've already used it. I've already ingrained it. I've already blessed it with my own energy. And so someone taking it is a good thing, because it's like, now you can use this energy, and you can use this affirmation to boost something that you need in your life. And I love that. I'm all for it. Yes, do it for the kids. Have the kids write affirmations, and have the kids write the affirmations on their on a sticky note, put it on the mirror. And even parents, I always tell parents too, like, to write affirmations to the kids. Like, what is something that you notice in your kid that they struggle with, that even your kid may not notice yet? Write an affirmation for them, and then like give it to them, or put it somewhere where they'll see it. And let it know, like, oh, love mom, love dad, like that. So they'll love it. They'll love it. And then it'll help them too, because a lot of the things that I teach and I coach adults with parents, because most of my clients are moms, and I'm like, whatever I teach you, whatever I guide you with, whatever I coach you with, do it with the kids. And that is, y'all, honestly, one of my big things is, like, a big part of my business is generational. I want everything that I teach the millennials to trickle down to our kids. My child is 4 and he knows breath work. He's 4 and he knows breath work. When I used to teach kindergarten and first grade. So I taught kindergarten for 3 years. I taught kindergarten girls for 3 years, because it was a split school, so a gender split school. So I taught kindergarten girls for 3 years, and I taught first grade boys for a year. And so I had first grade boys. They were writing affirmations. They were repeating affirmations every morning. They were meditating. They were doing yoga. They were meditating. They were doing yoga. They were doing breath work. So even if, like, they got too rowdy, I could say one call, say one command, say one thing, and they know, like, it's breath work time. So do it with the kids, y'all. Do it with the kids, because we definitely want the kids to learn these skills growing up, because we didn't have these skills growing up. I didn't know anything about breath work until I was an adult studying psychology in college. So that means for 18, 19 years, I was never even conscious of my breathing. So with the kids. So again, affirmations is a really big one, a really powerful one. Visualizations. So I definitely would say check out the Visionary Journal on Amazon. It is 52 journal prompts and techniques to transform your thoughts, to transform your reality. And so, because visualization is such a powerful tool to help with your heart chakra and help that manifestation come to play. So that's why we want your heart chakra activated, and then we want you to do the visualization. Oh, first grade teacher. Oh, yay. I loved it, to be honest. If the pay wasn't so low, I would still be teaching. I love to teach. I love to teach, but I could not keep accepting that check. I couldn't keep accepting that check. Be away from my child all day. I couldn't be, I don't know. I had to get out of there. It was a mess. Okay. So visualization, I'm going to read you some from the book. So from the Visionary Journal. The Visionary Journal is on Amazon. And I will drop the link in the comments. I know on TikTok, I don't know how to drop links on here. So on TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok and you want the link, let me know and I will get you the link. Erica, I'm gonna send you one of these. So Erica, send me your address and I'm gonna send you one. All right, so movie star, when you are not used to visualizing your desires, it can be difficult to do. And I can speak to that for myself, because before I ever started visualizing, it was so hard to do. I wasn't a visual person before, in the sense of, like, I wasn't someone who could create images in my mind. And when you cannot create images in your mind, or you have a hard time creating images in your mind, it's hard for you to use the power of visualization. So this technique will help you see what you desire on the big screen until you're able to visualize it on your own. And I love this technique. So you're going to set your intention again. Before you do anything, set your intention. You're going to set your intention and you're going to choose a movie that reflects your desire. So if you're manifesting love, watch a romance movie. If you're manifesting more money, watch a movie that's focused on money. Whatever you're trying to manifest, find a movie that relates to that. You're going to pick a character in the movie and pretend that you're that character. You're going to embody their actions and feelings. So if you're watching a romance movie, if you're watching a rom-com, it's the same storyline. So if you're doing a rom-com, that there's going to be a time where the two of them split. Like there's going to be a time where they get really close. It's all lovey-dovey. It's all bubbly. It's all new. It's all fresh. Feel that. While you're watching that movie, feel that. When they split, because they're going to split. Something's going to make them split. So when they split, feel that too. When they split, feel that too. And when they find that solution, when they figure out, how they can make it work, how they can get back together, feel that too. Go through the emotions with that character. Go through that experience with that character. Put yourself in their shoes, because that is going to help you That's going to help you learn how to visualize, because visualization has a lot to do with your emotions. It has a lot to do with your emotions. It has a lot to do with tapping into how you feel. So you want to make sure that when you're picking the movie, you can really tap into that space. You can really activate your heart chakra and open your heart chakra and tap into the feelings that character is having throughout that experience. So that way you too can start visualizing that in your life. So let's read another one. So we are doing declutter to make space. So declutter to make space. Love this one, because sometimes a manifestation is on the brink of aligning with you, but clutter is in the way and is delaying it. So decluttering creates space for the newness of manifestation. So you need to clean and organize your closet, get rid of items you never wear, can't fit, and organize the items that are staying. So I think this is a really big one if you're someone who has a weight loss goal, or you have a new body goal, or new body journey. You want to get rid of clothes. You want to get rid of the clothes that don't fit. Get rid of the clothes that don't fit. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to fit into this one day. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of it. And I don't mean you have to like throw it out, sell it, anything like that. You need to get it out of your closet. It needs to be stored away. It needs to be put away. Because you want to focus on the body that you have now and then keep working towards a goal, instead of being so obsessed with trying to get into this size 6 pants that you haven't worn since high school. Put them pants in a box and move on. Because what you'll notice is that when you get rid of that obsession, because when you're manifesting, you can't obsess. They don't go together. Because obsession, the root fear of obsession is fear. You're obsessed with this. You're obsessed with this goal because you're scared of what's going to happen if you don't reach it. Let the obsession go. We're manifesting. We're not obsessing. But what you'll find is that when you get rid of that obsession and you really just allow yourself to do the things that you need to actually do to get to a size 6 again, you'll be able to fit that size 6, and you'll be like you'll be able to enjoy it. But if you're like, if that pair of pants is right there in your face and you're obsessing to the point where you don't wear any other clothes, you're still not getting cute, you still ain't popping out fresh, like you still ain't putting that shit on, you're obsessing, not manifesting. So clear any trash, clothes, shoes, and items that are being stored in your car. This is a really big one for me because I need to go do that. I need to go do that. I 100% need to go clean my car out. So you need to declutter your car. If you have an office space, you need to go through the paperwork and shred what you don't need and organize the paperwork you need to keep. So whether that's a file cabinet, a folder, scan to computer to make it digital, whatever you need to do. So if you have an office space, I know, Erica, you're a teacher, so you have a classroom. So if you have a room that you do work in, you need to organize and clean that room, because maybe you want a promotion, right? You want a promotion, or you want a new job, or you want to just level up in your career altogether. You want to go ahead and clean up that area, clean up that space, organize that space. So that way that manifestation has room to even enter your life, because it's hard for you to manifest things in clutter. It's hard for you to manifest things when there's a hot mess going on. Oh yes, please. Because it's a mess. It's a mess. I'm not a winter girl. I am a sad girl during the winter. So when I tell you my car needs to be cleaned. All right, so you need to review the books on your bookshelf and donate the books you don't want. So all those books that you have already decided you're not going to read, so your DNR books, the books that you started and you're like, nope, not finishing this, get rid of those books. The books that you have read over and over again and they serve their purpose, donate them to someone else. Parks have those those book houses, which I love. I get a lot of books out of book houses. I need to start donating books to book houses because I have a lot of books from them. So I myself need to do this as well. And I will when I move. Y'all are going to see a whole transformation when I move because I'll have more space. I'll have more space and I'll be able to like go through all my things because I'm trying to go more towards a minimalist type of lifestyle. So y'all will see that process within the next couple months. I'll be moving within the next couple months. But yeah, you want to get rid of books on your shelf that you no longer need. Get rid of books that have served their purpose that you feel like can help someone else. Just get rid of them. And you want to check your computer and phone and exit out of all tabs and start fresh. You want to exit out of all the tabs on your phone, the tabs that you haven't used in months. One of the iPhone updates actually changed the feature to where it's like tabs that you haven't used in a while are in another category now. So if you have an iPhone, you can go into your Chrome. Well, I know it's on Google. I don't use Safari. I know on Google Chrome it's like that. And so all of my tabs that I haven't used in like weeks are in a separate category. Go exit out of them. On your computer, shut your computer down. A lot of times people are like, why does my computer move so slow? Because you never turn it off. Yes, with 100 tabs. Oh my gosh, I work from home. And so sometimes there will be times I'm going to share a screen. And sometimes my coworkers really be having they'll have like 3 Chrome pages open. And it'll be like 100 tabs on each Chrome page. And I just be cringing like, please exit that. Because what? Why do you need all of that open? Exit out. But no lie though, that helps a lot too with your anxiety, to be honest. Because a lot of times you might feel anxious going into work because you can open that computer and see all the shit that you was doing yesterday. See all the shit that you was dealing with yesterday. So if you just go ahead and start closing your computer and shutting your computer down at night, that'll help a lot with like some of your morning anxiety for work. All right, so let's continue. That was visualizations. Again, you can get the Visionary Journal on Amazon. If you want the link, please DM me. I will give you the link. No problem. On Facebook and YouTube, I'm gonna drop the link in the post. But on TikTok, if you want the link, go ahead and DM me, and I will send you the link for the Visionary Journal. Again, it's 52 journal prompts and techniques to transform your thoughts, to transform your reality. Again, at Premier Personal Growth Firm, my motto is that you can transform if you transform your thoughts, you transform your actions. All right, now compassion. You need to show compassion to yourself and to others. So acts of kindness not only activate the heart chakra, but it changes your worldview and beliefs. The better you treat yourself, the better others treat you. So the better you treat others. So it's a cycle. It is a cycle. You're going to treat yourself good. So people don't have no choice but to treat you good, or you're just not going to deal with them. And so because you're treating yourself good, the people who can treat you good will treat you good. And it'll just be easier for you to treat others good. This is a cycle that I'm in consistently when I said that people are always willing to help me. People are always kind to me. People are always being nice to me. Even the simplest things, like people will stop their car and let me in traffic. Like the simplest things, the simplest things that make your day go smoother. And I feel like that's a really good one that people need to start doing more when it comes to activating their heart chakra. It's just showing compassion, showing understanding, not assuming ill intent from strangers. Like, don't assume that because this person cut you off in traffic, they are like saying, fuck you, I hate you, why, you're a terrible driver. Just assume they have somewhere to be and move on, because that's part of letting that shit go. Assume they have somewhere to be and move on. Your car wasn't hit. You didn't hit anybody. Nothing happened. You're perfectly safe. You're good to go. Yeah. So start giving people that grace and that compassion, and it'll be easier to give yourself that as well. So start with yourself. Give it to yourself. Show people around you that they have to give you compassion in order to be part of your life, and keep that cycle going. Show it to others. And it'll just be a cycle of you treating yourself well, people treating you well, you treating people well. It'll just be a cycle of that. So show compassion. That's going to activate your heart chakra. And show compassion even in times where you don't want to. If you find yourself being more gossipy, which I can't stand gossip. I'm not. Like when someone starts off a conversation with me with gossip, I don't already tune out. I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. So, that is a way to block your heart chakra. Gossip is a way to block your heart chakra, because that's not compassion. That's not grace. You don't know enough about these people to be speaking on these people. And if you do know enough about these people to be speaking on these people, then that's an issue in a sense of like you shouldn't be speaking on it then, because that means that you at some point were able to gain information from a conversation, from an experience with them that you should be sharing with others anyway. I think more people need to learn how to keep shit to themselves, to be honest. I guess it's easy for me because, like I said, I work in the mental health field. I'm a life coach here, but I also do I'm a life coach here, but I've also been an intern. So my master's is clinical mental health counseling. So I got 2 more semesters of interning before I have that degree. So it's like I have like an innate ability to keep secrets that I feel like a lot of people just don't have. And I feel like more people should have. So that way all this gossip can slow down, and it'll be easier to show other people compassion and grace if you're not focused on gossiping about them. If your focus is gossip, if your focus is what can I say negatively about this person, then it's going to be hard for you to show compassion, and people are going to be talking shit about you too, which people are going to do that regardless. But you don't want people doing it because that's how you live your life. You want them to be doing it because that's who they are, not because of who you are. So show compassion to yourself, which in turn will show compassion to others. Last up is yoga. Yoga is such a good way to activate your heart chakra. So camel pose. I wish I felt like getting into a yoga position, but I ain't good. I didn't prepare for that. On my presentation, y'all, it has the yoga positions on there. So again, if you want to be part of the Balanced Millennial group on Facebook and you want to see these presentations live, you can join the Balanced Millennial group. I'll add you in. Send the request. I got you. So yoga, the camel pose. Camel pose is a really good pose to open the heart chakra. I'm gonna just do it. Okay, I'm not dressed for you. Well, I guess I am dressed for yoga. I have on sweatpants. Okay, so camel pose. We're up. Hope y'all can see me on TikTok. We're up, and we are going to stretch all the way back. Put the hands on the ankle, and let me see. As you can see, my heart is literally open to the sky. My heart is literally open to the sky. So camel pose is a really good one. Sphinx pose is a good one. So that's when you are flat. Some people do it from a plank. So you can go from a plank down and you are literally up like this. And again, my heart is literally open. So you want to do yoga poses that open your heart to the earth, that open your heart to the sky, that opens your heart to connection. Some honorable mentions: cat cow pose. I done sat down. So I ain't doing another pose. So cat and cow pose, y'all look these up on YouTube. There are meditations, there are yoga flows. If you want me to create some, always make requests. I'm always open for YouTube requests. Because I want to make things that y'all actually want to watch. So cat and cow pose, warrior pose, those are also really good yoga poses that help energy flow through your heart space. All right, of course, it's Black History Month. So I'm going to throw a little Black history in there. Just a quote by Maya Angelou. She said, ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. Ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. So we've talked about how to activate your heart chakra. We talked about some challenges that you may have. We talked about some ways to overcome these challenges. But now, once you overcome these challenges, once you activate that heart chakra, and once you create that manifestation, then what? Then what do you need to do? You need to be of service. You need to be of service. You need to be giving back consistently. You need to be giving back consistently. You need to be volunteering your time to help those that are less fortunate. You need to be spreading kindness and joy. I feel like spreading kindness and joy is such an underrated and overlooked way of being of service. When someone is like spreading negativity and spreading negative energy, but you come in with your positive and you say something to flip the whole energetic space of that room around, that is being of service, because there's somebody in that room, there's somebody in that group who didn't want no part of that bullshit anyway, and they didn't have the courage to speak up about it. So be of service in ways that are unconventional too. So you don't necessarily have to volunteer, but be of service in ways where you are being the positive change in a room. That is being of service, and do that consistently. Don't just do it one time and then lean back into the bullshit of the gossip and the bullshit of the unnecessary conversations. So lean into being of service, because when you are being of service, the universe recognizes, the universe will recognize the energetic shift that you're bringing into rooms, and that can help bring your manifestation to you faster. Next up, you need to create a box of worry. You need to create a box of worry. And all of these techniques that I'm talking about, again, are in the Visionary Journal, which is on Amazon. If you want the link, please let me know. But box of worry, you need to let it go. You need to create a box of worry. You need a jar, whatever it is. You need to write down the things. So the same sticky note method, but in a different way. So you want to write down the things that you're worried about. Write down the things that you're scared about. Write down the things that are causing you anxiety. And I want you to put them in this box. Put them in this box. Put them all in one space. Take it out of your body. Take it out of your mind. Take it out of your spirit. Write it down. Write down what that experience is. What is causing that anxiety. What's the root cause? Write down everything you can think of about that worry. Put it in a box. Put it in a jar. And then on a full moon, you're going to burn it. On a full moon, you're going to burn it, because full moons, again, are for releasing. We're actually in full moon energy right now. So full moons are about releasing, so that way you can open up that space to bring in what you're asking for. Again, ask for what you want to get prepared for it. A full moon is a good way to prepare for it. And so you're going to take that box of worry, you're going to take all the things you wrote in that box of worry, and you're going to burn it on a full moon. And burning it on a full moon just adds more. I'm a moon child. I do a lot of moon work. I do a lot of moon manifestations. I literally will track the moon to decide when I should do a presentation. I'll track the moon to decide what kind of content I should be making, because at the end of the day, we are a collective and we are following the same world. We are following the same world. And then I'm a moon child. I'm a Cancer. I'm ruled by the moon. Whatever the moon is on, that's when I'm on. So I like to follow the moon, because that is in alignment with who I am. And that's when my messaging relates the most to people, is when I'm making sure that I follow the moon. So I always guide clients to follow the moon as well. So again, take your box of worry on a full moon, burn it. So even if that's today, again, we're in full moon energy until about Monday, because the full moon was yesterday. So we're in full moon energy until about Monday. So write down something that you're terrified of, something that for years has plagued you, kept you frozen, kept you from moving forward. Write it down. Write down everything you can think of about that thing, and then burn it tonight. Burn it today. Burn it tomorrow, because again, we're in full moon energy until about Monday. I did this myself. It was like a few months ago. I was scared of showing up on social media as my authentic self. I usually bury all these things that I'm showing y'all now. I have had buried for years to the public. My friends know that I do tarot cards. My friends know that I'm a spiritual being. My friends know that I do moon cycle, moon magic. My friends know that I practice hoodoo. My friends know these things about me, but I was never making those things public, because first off, I have Scorpio in me. I have a lot of Scorpio in me. I don't like telling y'all nothing about myself. And so I had to learn how to combat what is my human nature in order to show up in my business. And one of those things was being able to share more about myself with people on the internet, not just my friends in my personal life. It's it's cool that they know these things. It's cool that they accept my authentic self. But I have to show up like that in my business too. And I wasn't doing that for a long time, just out of fear and just out of past experiences where I was in situations where people may use something that I posted on social media against me, and for no other reason than their own ego. So it's I had to break that down for myself. So I did. I wrote everything down and I burned it. And it was one of the things where I was I'm not going to worry about this anymore. If someone feels a way about what I share on social media and they're not able to connect, or they feel like it's a way to try to make me feel bad about who I am, then they're just not for me. And that was a realization I had to come to, and I use moon magic to do that. So box of worry, write down the things that are keeping you stagnant, and then burn it. Again, you can find this in the Visionary Journal. Last one, Alien Superstar. So it is by design, Alien Superstar. I want you to get on Google, get on Safari, get on whatever browser you use, and I want you to go look up your human design. I want you to go look up your human design. And I want you to read the parts of your human read all the parts about your human design. Excuse me. Read all the parts about your human design. I don't know why I be doing these presentations with nothing to drink. I be over here so thirsty, y'all. Okay. Go online, look up your human design, and learn some more about yourself and how you can manifest and how you can open your heart chakra based on your human design. I am a generator. So as a generator, I know that it's meant for me to respond to things. It's not really meant for me to just create something out of scratch. So whether that is spirit, like sending me a message or a download, and then I respond to that, whether I see something on social media and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to talk about that. I'm meant to respond. That is my design. And so when you learn more about your design, it's easier for you to, I know, right? When you learn more about your design, it's easier for you to make decisions in your life because you'll be doing them based on your design, based on who you are as a person, instead of going against your design. So like if as a generator, I would be going against my design if I was always trying to create things from scratch. If every single thing I did came like was from my like me just sitting here thinking and like randomly coming up with something, that would burn me out because that's not how I'm designed. I am designed to respond to things. I'm designed to wait to see what my sacral chakra says and wait to see, which we're going to talk about that more, I believe, next month. But I'm meant to wait to see how my gut responds. And the way that my gut responds will determine what I need to do next. It will determine where I'm going to focus my time and energy. But if I don't know that, which a lot of people don't know their human design, so if I didn't know that, I would still be out here trying to do all the things the gurus were telling me to do that didn't align with who I am by design. So again, Alien Superstar, that is one of the manifestation techniques in the Visionary Journal. If you want a copy of the Visionary Journal, you can get it on Amazon, on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to drop the link on TikTok. If you want the journal, just DM me and I will send you the link. So I definitely want to thank y'all for connecting with me today. Again, if you want to follow, join the Balanced Millennial Facebook group. This is where I go live and actually show the presentation. So I have a presentation up, but it's only on Facebook right now. Subscribe on YouTube. My YouTube is Keandra Ware, KEIANDRAWARE. My email is KEI to your goals @gmail.com. Email me anytime you have a question or if you just want to know more information. My website is premierpersonalgrowthfirm.com. You can go on there, check out my blog. I have some amazing blog posts on there right now. Check out my blog. You can check out some client testimonials on there. And I'm actually going to be dropping some short stories soon once I figure it out. I wrote a book some years ago. I started my entrepreneurial journey. I started as an author. I've always wanted to write. Love writing. I am a writer. So I actually have a book that I just never put out. Wrote the whole book. It's an anthology. So it's 3 stories in one. And I just never put it out. So I do plan on dropping that sometime this year in pieces. I just haven't figured out how yet. My blog is on my website. So if you go to premierpersonalgrowthfirm.com and go to blog, like go to the blog section, you'll see my blog post. And so I have a blog post up for Black History Month where I talk about Black men and women in the field that have influenced me and influenced the work that I do. So I really love that post. I have a post about the heart chakra. So that one was really good as well. I have a post about like productivity tools. It's some good posts on there. I've been doing good, like making sure I get my blogs out this year. So it's some good posts on there. So check out the blog. Again, I am Key, the Conscious Living Coach. I help guide millennials out of survival mode and into a more balanced lifestyle. And I am very, very grateful for everyone that was able to join me today. Again, subscribe on YouTube. Check out the Balanced Millennial Facebook group, because that is where I go live and actually host like trainings. They get a free training every single month. So anybody that buys a digital product from me gets this free training. Is at this free training every single month. Anybody that's in the group. And then also, I would love for you to join my email list as well. Once you join my email list, you will get a self-discovery worksheet. And that worksheet just gives you like an overview of who you are and lets you break that down yourself. So again, thank y'all for joining. I appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. I will be back again for Balanced Millennial Monday this Monday. Thank you, Jelly Belly. I'm glad you joined. Thank you. I will be back for Balanced Millennial Mondays at 9 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all show up for Balanced Millennial Mondays. It's nothing but 20, I say 20 minutes, but last week y'all got me for 45. But it's usually about 20 to 30 minutes, just discussing different topics. Again, for Q1, we're talking about a reset. And for the month of February, we're talking about the heart chakra. So Monday is going to be our last live about the heart chakra, and then we're going to move into our next topic for the month of March. But if anybody is interested in working with me, definitely DM me, message me. You can text me 470-610-3639. Again, 470-610-3639. You can text me and just let me know. And I'm definitely, because I'm open to accepting 3 more clients right now. And I would love to be able to help you, guide you out of survival mode and into a more balanced lifestyle. So I appreciate y'all again for joining me on this Saturday morning, now afternoon. And I hope y'all have a great weekend. Go activate that heart chakra. Go make sure that you are showing kindness, that you are showing up for yourself, that you're being compassionate. Stop gossiping. It blocks your heart chakra. And stop indulging in other people's drama. Thank y'all again for joining me. And again, I'll be back Monday at 9 p.m. for the Balanced Millennial Mondays. And I will see y'all then. Have a great rest of your weekend.